Today we are at Buc-ee's in Katy, which is the size of a football field and apparently has 120 gas pumps. Now the first thing you'll notice at Buc-ee's is that there is a huge animated beaver on the front of the store or on the side and a lot of traffic. Seriously, don't come here if you just want like a bag of chips or something because it's pretty much impossible to park. This particular location has a giant car wash as well as a crap load of vacuum cleaners. And if you're wondering how they possibly even have 120 gas pumps, if you've never been here, the reason is because this right here, this island of pumps is only one of them. And then there's another one way down there, which is actually in front of the store. Now, this isn't the fault of Buc-ee's ownership, but they've become such a cult following type of brand that every time I come here, it's pretty much completely and totally impossible to find parking or anything. So for example, if you're coming here for like a bag of ice, because their bags of ice are $1.50, which is great, well, good luck, because look at this line of cars right here. Even getting close enough to park and get a bag of ice or something simple is pretty much impossible. So I'm making my way to the main building, which is what we're gonna take a look at in this video. And of course, you know, Buc-ee's being extremely popular is not their fault. They have just gotten to the point where they cannot handle the amount of crowds that show up at these locations. Again, this is the Katy location, which is one of the newer ones. It's super, super huge. If you ever see one of their older locations, those are much smaller because it was built before they became so popular. In fact, they are so popular now that they don't even have to put their name up. All they need to do is hang up their big animated beaver like you can see right there. Okay, so outside of Buc-ee's, you'll always find various things for sale, like these burn pits right here for $479. And you'll also find that they have a ton of ice. This is a deer feeder or something. And then you'll notice that they have so much ice available, which is extremely convenient if you're needing some ice. And it's only $1.50 for a bag if you're lucky enough to park over here in the front, because who wants to carry a bag of ice across the parking lot when it's 150 degrees outside? Then you'll see also they have stuff like this right here, firewood and deer corn. So let's go ahead and go inside. All right, so the front of Buc-ee's is usually decorated with a bunch of their own merchandise, such as their infamous beaver that you can buy, t-shirts and stuff like that. You also have the main cash registers at the very front, near the front door. So I'm gonna actually start over here. You'll notice that Buc-ee's has their own brand of all kinds of stuff like these beaver nuggets, and one cool thing about the way they lay it out is all of their own branded stuff is separate from the main branded stuff. So for example, over here, you're gonna notice that you've got all of the Buc-ee's branded items over here. Like this blueberry jalapeno jam. And then on the walls, you have Buc-ee's branded nuts, old faves, which I guess this is like some old school stuff like candy coated peanuts and stuff like that. Then you have Buc-ee's flavored or Buc-ee's branded hot sauces here. And pretty much everything in this section over here is Buc-ee's branded stuff. So if you're here for Buc-ee's branded stuff, you can go to the sections that have it. And I think it's really smart because it helps to separate a lot of the traffic, because a lot of people who come here, they only want the Buc-ee stuff. However, if you want other stuff, like a normal actual gas station, then you will go to these other aisles that have normal like Lay's branded potato chips and stuff like that. They also have some of their own merchandise that's in line with the other brands. And then coming back here, they have an extremely impressive supply of juice and sports drinks. Another thing they also have, if you are interested in that type of thing, is they actually have a really good selection of craft beer. So if you're a beer connoisseur, they have great brands. And if you look at the price, it's actually really good. It's not a gas station price. It's more on par with what you would find at like a local major chain like H-E-B or something like that. Like this right here is pretty much the same price you'll pay at a grocery store, or so I've heard. Okay, so this entire section is more like a normal gas station where you're gonna find snacks and drinks and whatnot. So let's go ahead and travel a little further. You have bottles of wine, which of course is not typical for a gas station. So throughout the entire middle section, you'll just have various Buc-ee's branded things available to you, as well as stuff like donuts, an icy machine, and a ton of freshly dispensed coffee and other drinks. We have Buc-ee branded taffy over here. We have trail mix. And hey, if you're gonna get some trail mix, you might as well also pick up a 24 can Buc-ee's cooler for 20 bucks, which is not bad at all. It's a really good, reasonable price. That's one reason why this place is so popular, is the prices are very reasonable, the selection is awesome. And again, you know, they're charging essentially grocery store prices for this stuff. So another thing that's very, very popular here is the jerky. So this is gonna be the pre-packaged versions of what you can get fresh, which I'm gonna show you here in a little bit. So when Buc-ee's first opened, the one thing they were known for was that they have very clean restrooms. The restrooms are in here. Now, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to video in there because that's just creepy. So if you look over here, you can take a look at their insane selection of soft drinks from the fountain, which are very reasonably priced. You can get you a refillable mug for $1.19, or actually that's for the refill. But 89 cents for like a normal, typical size, pretty good these days. So let's take a look at the fresh food areas. Right here we have barbecue. This is where they make their barbecue sandwiches. Prices are pretty much on par with most places. Now the one bad thing though is that if you look at the ingredients of this stuff, a lot of it does have preservatives, so it's not just completely freshly made like a normal restaurant. So this is where you can order your kolaches certain times of the day. You can also get barbecue, pastries, scones. Blueberry muffins, all that kind of stuff. Over here you can get freshly made chicken fajita tacos, which are about $5.49. Kind of a lot for a taco, actually. And this is the infamous Buc-ee's beef jerky bar, where there is just tons and tons of freshly made beef jerky that you can buy. And this is refrigerated, by the way, because this stuff is really, really fresh, and it is just so good. I cannot tell you how good Buc-ee's jerky is. So if you've never been here, and if you ever find yourself here, check it out. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to the other side of the barbecue area, and here is where you're gonna find fudge. Ooh, tiger butter, awesome. So yeah, they've got salted caramels, fudge. This is like a dentist's dream. If you want to get you some cavities, this is the place to go right here. We'll come back around. This is where they have glazed nuts and pecans. Glazed nuts are $4.49, and they are made fresh, as you can see right here. All right, and then back to the Texas barbecue section. where they are making barbecue, and you can see the guy back there chopping the brisket. Okay, so now that we're done, now that we've covered a lot of the fresh food, let's take a look at the other stuff that they sell here, like Texas-themed everything. I mean, Buc-ee's is really, you know, if you call it a gas station, that's a bit of a stretch because most gas stations do not sell pancake molds shaped like dinosaurs, which, man, I kind of want to buy that now. Anyways, yeah, they sell so much stuff. It's really interesting because if you look this way, you feel like you're at some big box retail store with really nice merchandise, actually. But if you look over here, you're like, oh wait, I'm at a Buc-ee's gas station. So yeah, they sell so much stuff. I mean, there's no way I can even show you everything in this video. Like this right here, I don't even know what this is. This is some kind of cast iron cooker. They have Franklin barbecue cookbooks, which is probably one of the best barbecue places in Texas. If you've never heard of Franklin barbecue, look it up. They sell brands. So if you want to get this real hot and brand your children with their initials in case they get lost or something, that's for you. So again, I can't really cover every possible item that they have in here because there's just too much. But I will tell you that, I mean, seriously, I feel like I'm at Target or something. It's crazy. Look, I love you more. That's me if you subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I can't possibly cover everything, but I do give them credit because a lot of this stuff is very unique and it's pretty high quality stuff. It's not like they're just getting the cheapest of the cheap, like Walmart style. They have a lot of stuff that you can only get here, and that's again why they're so popular. Is the people who do the procurement for Buc-ee's are very, very good at getting stuff that people really love to have, like cow hides. You can get you a cow hide for $300. That is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Here we have some canes. Cowhide. Imagine you visit Texas and the one thing that you get is a cowhide keychain. Okay, in this section we have a lot of more household products like these really nice candles from Fredericksburg Farms. Now I have no idea if that's local, but Fredericksburg is a local place. And a lot of the stuff is sourced locally, I'm sure. So yeah, there you go. Go Texan. Fredericksburg, Texas. So one thing cool about Texas is we're a big state. We have a lot of things that are made here, not just beef, just all kinds of stuff, even candles or whatever. And Buc-ee's does a good job at stocking that local stuff. Although I know a lot of this isn't really local. You know, for example, the good old made in China tags that you can see, but that's something you'll just see everywhere these days. There's really no way around it. So now we are in the clothing section where you can get t-shirts. Like this one right here. Can't nobody love you like Jesus. T-shirts, children's clothes. We have a nice little two-piece set, a romper for your newborn. And if you go to the front of the store, like I showed you earlier, you can even wrap your newborn in Buc-ee's paraphernalia to show the world how much you love going to Buc-ee's and you love beef jerky and you love lots and lots of gas pumps. Okay, so we are now in the back of the store. Over here they have some secret cash registers for people who don't want to wait in line. And I'm going to go ahead and make my way to the midsection of this place. After we take a quick look at... Okay, you can buy jewelry here. That's cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the midsection of this place. So over here is more like kind of a, you feel like you're at an academy or something because they have glasses. They have stuff like this right here, like a Buc-ee's river tube. If you are in Texas and you're gonna go float the river, you can get a Buc-ee's tube for your float. They have water socks. So this section really is more of like kind of a, you know, seasonal themed area. Buc-ee's water saddle. You can get some Buc-ee's flip-flops. Now, again, though, I do want to point out they have the Buc-ee's brand, but then they have Reef. So it's pretty cool because they're not just trying to dominate your budget with Buc-ee stuff. They do offer a lot of major brands. Welcome to Texas because you can also buy gun cases. These are really nice cases for your rifle. $39, you know, I don't know if that's a reasonable price, but it probably is. Buc-ee's Pelican Cooler, 8 quart for $70. Wow, okay. It's a lot of money, but this is more, I think this is something you would want to put like maybe some live tackle in or something like that, not just beer cans. All right, so over here we have earplugs. We have scopes, color dot sight. So if you are a gun enthusiast, this would be your section. We also have batteries. These are the kinds of batteries that you could put in deer feeders. We have a control unit for, I think that's for a feeder. And then right here we have a bunch of feeders. We have fireplace tool sets. So this is a deer feeder. If you don't know what this thing does, you fill it with corn. Well, I believe you fill it up with corn and it feeds deer so that you can have a nice little active deer lease to go hunt on. Wow, these are really cool. These are fryers. Outdoor fryers. That is super cool. And it is made in America, which is also super cool. And in case you're wondering, it's a 4-gallon fryer and it's $500. That is pretty sweet. So we have more cooking supplies over here. Cooking / camping. We have some knives. We have hunting blind fabric for your, this is something you would actually hang up in your deer stand so that you can hide from the deer, I believe. Oh look, we have tie-dye Buc-ee's coolers up there. And again, like I said earlier, this is kind of like a Academy, which is a local sports and outdoor store that we have here in Texas. This is what this whole section reminds me of, an Academy. Gas cans. Great thing to sell at a gas station. Fire starters. A necklace fan. Again, welcome to Texas. Get your necklace fan, get your hunting gear, and have fun. These are all just like cook sets and stuff for grilling. Charcoal chimney starter down here. Hard coolers. I've never heard of this brand, YKO. So I guess it's just another generic Yeti style cooler, which they're actually priced pretty well. Man, this section's pretty cool. So we've got stuff for your dog, like these nighttime light up leashes and balls and stuff. We have books for your kids. This is a super idea, by the way, because if you're on a road trip with your kids, I think it's pretty cool that you could come to Buc-ee's and you can buy some books to keep them nice and occupied. If you're a good parent, you don't just throw an iPad at them. We have sticker books, which I can tell you from experience, kids love those. So here's a toy section. Toy tractor. Ooh, a side-by-side, just like Daddy. A lifted Ford and a side-by-side. More Polaris paraphernalia here. Again, more road trip themed stuff like this camper with truck that comes with a little kayak and even some little dogs. A semi-truck for taking cows to the old slaughterhouse. Oh, nice. Tractors. Every kid loves tractors. So this thing is $34.99. That seems a little steep, but that's kind of just the world we live in these days, I guess. All right, and the rest of this section is just a bunch of kids and seasonal themed items. We have some hoodies, which are really nice in the summer here. So here they have Buc-ee's themed gift wrapping, which is an incredibly awesome idea. Gift bags, since everyone is obsessed with Buc-ee's these days, you can even give your kid a Buc-ee's birthday with little hats and Buc-ee's plates. Oh, and don't forget your Buc-ee's inflatable. All right, more Buc-ee's themed stuff, like window decals. You'll see these quite often in Texas. People love to show off their love for Buc-ee's. Got some lanyards down here. Little toy trucks. All kinds of cool stuff here. Everything with a Buc-ee's logo on it. And just when you were sick of Buc-ee's, you can also get Buc-ee's branded swimsuits or some trunks. Now some of these are actually pretty cool, like this one with this more retro color scheme going on. That's pretty cool. Nice. And some more toys. All right, let's go ahead and make our way back to the middle section, the main area of the store here. We have a truck with more Buc-ee's merchandise, a bunch of plushes. Oh, the truck itself actually looks like a huge beaver. That's cool. All right, so okay, so back to this area. We have more jerky, and we're just going to go ahead and walk right through. Again, showing you the amazing fresh jerky bar that they have here. It's just incredibly good. All right, and I think that pretty much sums up my quick tour of Buc-ee's in Katy. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can see how insanely busy this place is. It doesn't really matter when you come here. It's always this busy. It's absolutely crazy how much business they get. Now, I mentioned earlier that unfortunately I cannot show you the restrooms because it's just not good etiquette for me to try to go in there and film a video. So I will try to snap a quick picture to show you. One of the best things about their restrooms is they have a full-time attendant who only services the restrooms. So they are always amazingly clean and well kept, and it just blows my mind that the idea of this entire place was based on one thing, which was clean restrooms. That's all it is. This guy built an empire on the idea that you can have clean restrooms at a gas station. So if you look up there, it actually says world famous because that's what they're known for. So I did get kind of lucky and found a section of the restroom that was not occupied. I shot some video, and as you can see, above the stalls, there are lights that turn either green or red to tell you when a stall is vacant. All right, just to show you how clean this place is. So here is a stall at Buc-ee's, and it is completely clean. It is absolutely crazy. Look at that, that's a public restroom that's probably cleaner than a lot of people's home restrooms. Another thing that's cool is you get a lot of privacy because, as you can see, it's a full door. It just has a little slight gap at the bottom. So when you're in here and you're doing your business, it is just the perfect place to do it. So in addition to all the cool food and other things you can get at Buc-ee's, they also have specialty gasoline. So for example, you can buy ethanol-free fuel here, which is pretty hard to find in other places. Thank you for tagging along on my trip to Buc-ee's. And to conclude this video, I just wanted to show you the good old infamous Buc-ee's salary sign. Just to let you know that you too, if you're a general manager, can make $175K to $225K or more if you work here. Pretty amazing.